first thing you want to do is go ahead and you want to install the extension. So I'm going to go up to my extension is in my app, my Chrome apps right at the top of the bar. So I'm going to click my apps. And I'm doing this right along with you because I have not done it. Stop. I'm going to click on the web store. And I'm going to type in Screencastify. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Okay, once you get to Screencastify, it's pink. You know how you have the right one. If you have the pink one that says Screencastify, all you have to do is click Add to Chrome. Of course, click Add Extension. It'll take just a minute. Once it installs, it'll appear up here at the top in the app bar, or this right above your URL or by your URL. So once it's there, it's there and it's ready for me to use. So I'm going to close out that tab. I'm going to go ahead and click the lovely pink button. Okay, and it says setup. Notice this little pink button. You want to automatically save everything to Google Drive. That's like super important because it'll always be there no matter what. You're going to want to log in with Google. You want to make sure all the boxes are checked. Camera and microphone, drawing and annotation tools. You want to be able to use all those tools. So click next. And a pop-up screen came up and it says it could read and change all your data. I'm going to allow it anyway because I want this. If you deny it, it won't let you have the app. Once you have it downloaded, it says hooray, and if there's confetti all over your page. So that means you're ready to use it for whatever you want to use it for. So I have this little thing that says, click the icon in this toolbar to get started for Castify. And mine disappeared all of a sudden. I'm going to pull up a different tab. Okay, so it's at the end because it's the last thing I loaded. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it to bring it up. It comes up in a little window. Let me move my picture. So in this window, you have 3 different choices on what you want to, how you want to record yourself. You could do your browser tab only, which is one browser tab like one I have on now. You can do your whole desktop. That'll show you everything on your desktop like I'm doing. And then we have webcam only. The webcam only is like if you're directly talking. Hold on 1 second, sorry. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Okay. If you're directly talking to the camera and you're like reading a story. Sorry about that. If you're reading a story, then you can hit the webcam only and it'll just copy, it'll just allow you to do webcam, just to read to your students, to talk to your students, to include them on there. The desktop tool lets you annotate while you're showing your full screen. And notice there's all kinds of settings, and I have each one in the document for you that allows you to, that explains every one of these, and it shows pictures of which you want to use. So for our purposes today, stop. I'm going to walk you through each one of them. I'm so sorry about him. He is just off the hook right now. Rascal, that's enough. Okay. Okay. So if you do webcam only, you want to make sure that you're using your microphone that's defaulted. You want to use your defaulted camera. Okay. You want to do the 3-second countdown or a 5-second countdown. You can take your pick. I like the 3-second countdown personally. So once you start to record,
Andrea, we have a question. It says, I don't see all those options under desktop.
Wait a second. Say it one more time, Rachel.
I don't see all those options under desktop.
You don't see them under desktop. If I click, you have to click on desktop and you have to click more options. I can hide the options or I could show more options. Does that answer their question?
I think so. I'm not sure. I haven't had a response yet, but I think so. Thank you.
Okay, are we good?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so if I hit webcam, I hit record, and for whatever reason, it's slow in coming. Please disable or restart your computer.
I think it could be because you're using your camera right now.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so we'll try the desktop one and see if that works. Or the browser tab, actually. So the browser tab, you want your microphone. I still have the countdown. Show drawing tools. I want to be able to annotate on top of whatever I'm looking at. Hopefully this will work right. There it goes. Okay, so it dinged. I don't know if anyone heard that ding. So that allows me to go ahead and use my browser tabs, and I can show you my specific browser tabs. So if you're using this to teach a lesson, you can click on the page. For whatever reason, and of course, because I'm on it, it's not working right. But there are annotation tools, and I'm not sure why they're not coming up. I don't know what's going on today. There's annotation tools that will be down here in your bottom left-hand corner that'll pop up, that'll allow you to use different mice. It does a flashlight. It does, what else do we have on there? A flashlight. It has a pencil with different ink colors to circle and annotate things with. It has an embedded camera for you to add a quick video of yourself into it. What else? It has an eraser on there to erase anything you would have drawn on there. There's a cursor that hides when you stop moving it, the cursor hides. There's a mouse option on there that will highlight and do a red circle. Everything you click, it'll flash with like a red circle around it. I'm gonna see if I can't stop this and bring that tool up again because it's not doing what we wanted to. And I don't know if it's because we're recording this because it worked great last night. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that stop button and see if I can't pull this up. Notice it's automatically saving to my Google Drive. That's my time to name this. I'm gonna skip the tour. That would be my time to name this. Maybe I'm gonna name it webinar practice 1 and hit enter, and now it's in my drive. This gives me a chance to copy a shareable link. It gives me a chance to share it in my Google Classroom. I can publish it to YouTube. I can get an embedded code. Remember, it automatically saves to your Google Drive, so it's already there. You can send that link into an email. You can create it into a QR code in case you want the kids to use it and, you know, do a search of some sort, or you want them to be able to find it. It also gives you the chance to download, to export it as an MP4. You could do your audio only. You can export it as an animated GIF. It gives you tons of options. So once you're done with that, I just usually close it. Unless I'm going to, of course, edit it. And I will say this, it says open in editor. This is available for 3 days free, or they want you to pay for Screencastify Unlimited. I honestly didn't look at the price because I don't, if I'm gonna do it longer than 5 minutes, or if I need to edit something, I already have a different program. So I honestly didn't click on it to set it up. I do know that you only have a 5-minute video. This only does 5 minutes, and sometimes it's the 5 longest minutes of your life, and sometimes it goes by quick. The only editing options it does is right down at the bottom, you have a pair of scissors to the left and you have a pair of scissors to the right. So the only thing it'll allow me is to grab the dot next to the scissors and pull it in to start the video where I want it to, because maybe I don't want it to start exactly when I first got on. It'll allow me to end it at a different point as well. But that's the only trimming this does. That's it. And then you hit the scissor to trim it on that end.
Dinged. I don't know if anyone heard that ding.
That's as far as it'll let you trim, or if you want to do a 2-second, and then it says, do you want to save your trim? If you don't, you hit cancel. If you do, of course, you hit it. Does it accept it? Sure. And remember, it's going to automatically resave in your Google Drive, so you don't have to worry about where did it go, I can't find it again. It's automatically in your Google Drive, so it's there for you to upload to wherever else you want it.
Andrea, we have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
One question was, is this an app for, we'll work on the iPad, and I already put, no, it's not an app for iPads, but I wanted everybody to be aware of that. The iPads already have a record button that will automatically record for you. Somebody asked, what program do you use for longer videos? I suggested YouTube Studio. Do you use anything different when you have a longer video to record?
I do Screencastify, but I bought that. I mean, it's like $20 for the year.
Thank you.
Okay, so we dinged. I don't know if anyone heard that ding. So that allows me to go ahead and use my browser tabs.
Okay. Any other questions?
Not at this time.
Okay. So I'm going to close this one out because I'm done with this video. Let's see if we can't get those tools to work right. So I'm going to click on Screencastify again. It says drawings are unable to show, and I'm going to click Y. Oh, more options. Okay. So I want to click more options. I want to make sure I have my drawing tools. I'm going to go ahead and hit record again. It's going to show my desktop. I need to click on that before it allow me to share it. So make sure it's highlighted, and then the share button will be highlighted. If I click off of it, notice it kind of fades out again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share. It gives that beep, and my animated tools are not here again. Great.
Andrea, you have to click on a different tab.
Do I have to click on the other tab? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. If you're on Google, it counts it as a blank screen.
It does Google all of, okay. I have my different tab up and it's still not showing. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So I just clicked above it. Here's my tools. It allows me to, 1, pause it. 2, there's the mouse button. So the first one is a focus mouse. So if I want kids to focus on a particular spot or a particular word, it uses like a flashlight. I have to unclick it to stop it from being used. My second option is hide cursor when not moved. So you could see it, and then if I stop, my cursor goes away. Notice like I don't have any of those fancy ones Rachel used yesterday because I found out it doesn't work so well with them. It's not always compatible with those. So I leave my normal cursor there instead of trying to use any apps. The highlight the clicks. So if I click on that, so when I click on a word like forest floor, notice I have the little red circle so it can draw your attention to it. If I don't want any more of those, I just click off of it and I have my normal mouse. I also have a pencil. My pencil allows me to choose whatever or any of these colors or all of these colors, whichever I want to do. So I can go and underline words. I can circle them as best you can. I use a mouse, by the way, when I use this program. I just think it's easier. So if I'm annotating a video or whatever, it's easy for me to use that. If I don't want any of those, or if I want to change it to a different color, I can change it to a different color. Maybe I want to circle the word rainforest layers. Okay. If I don't like it, there's the next tab over is an eraser. The eraser either one allows me to erase just a little part, or if I click this big button over here, or this square, if I hit that, it will erase everything I annotated. Right. There's also an X button to make the annotation tools disappear if you no longer want them. There is a pause button so you could pause your recording. There's also so those are the tools you can use to annotate everything. And then there's so if I stop, I can go ahead and pause it. Notice I then have a stop button so I can either play it again or I can stop it again. Those tools, they say, are also up here in the Screencastify icon where your apps are. So if I hit that, notice they come up. I can either trash my whole video and say, forget it, I don't like how that came out. I can redo it with exactly the same settings I already have. I can continue to play the video and continue to, which continues to record it, or I can go ahead and just stop the video. Again, it'll bring it up to the screen that hits save. I then have to retitle it, because if you don't title it, you're gonna have a whole bunch of recorded videos just with your date. I always hit enter after to make sure it solidifies it that it's there. Like I said, it goes to your Google Drive, and everybody knows everything saves to your Google Drive, and sometimes it's hard to find stuff if you don't name it or you didn't name it, then you might have to go to most recent. I was gonna say, I don't wanna cover too much because I don't wanna overwhelm anyone. Are there any
Okay, so there's a question. The question says, when you hit the pause button, does that allow scholars to ask questions?
It could. I don't know. I don't remember how long it pauses for, though. I have to look that up. So I will definitely.
The only thing that I want to state is this is not like a Zoom meeting. This is you're recording your screen to create something for people to watch later. This usually isn't live like this. I mean, this is working live because we have Zoom on and she's showing you how she uses it, but really she's just video recording her screen.
Right, and this is 5 minutes. Like I said, it's 5 minutes, that's it. After 5 minutes, it stops recording. And right now it's just playing my video that I just did in the background.
Yeah, and the one thing that you need to know is once you create these videos, you need to make they're in the Google Drive. You have to make sure that they're shared so people can listen to them. Because when you put them in there, only you can hear them. You have to go into your share settings in your Drive. So if you want to show them that, You want to go to your drive?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And actually too, if over on the left, there's these 3 little lines, like a hamburger. So if I click on that, more options. One, my recordings are all under there. So if I click my recordings, they're all under here, whatever I did. You notice some of them have names, some of them don't, because I was just playing around, and that's how I realized, oh my goodness, I'm not going to know what it is unless I, name them all. There's tons of resources that they give us and ideas and suggestions for lessons. I'm going to go ahead though and click on, so I can get to my recordings from my recordings on this app, or I can go to my Google Drive. And I have thousands of things on Google Drive. I'm going to hit recent in my far left corner. So the videos are going to show up in red. So anything I have with the little red icon, I know it's a video, and it ends with .webm. So I know that those are my videos. If they're not labeled, it's going to be hard to tell. Like this one says new tab. I didn't label it right. This one I remember doing sample 2. So it's here for you. You then have to click on them. We'll do the last one I was on.
It gives that beep.
Okay. It automatically starts playing, so you have to decide how you're opening it. I just left it here. It's in my Google Drive.
Yeah, click on your 3 buttons on the right, your 3 dots.
Yep.
Yep.
And it gives me a chance to share it with whomever I want, to move it to a folder, add it to a star. The star just means it's going to save it in your Google Drive under your star in the left-hand column. So my frequent flyer apps and my frequent flyer documents, I always add the star to it and I just go there. It gives me a chance to rename it. So if I don't like sample 2, I can rename it whatever I want. That gives me a chance to do that here. Because I know sometimes we get tied up in what we're doing and forget to name things, but it allows me to rename it. So if I want to share it, I click on share. If I click shareable link, I can allow people to view it, edit it, or comment just like a normal Google. If I just want to send it with editing rights, of course, I just enter someone's name here. So if I want Rachel and Tiffany to be able to edit it, I just hit the pencil. If I only want them to comment, then it only allow them to comment little bubbles. If I just want them to view and I don't want them to change a thing, then make sure I have the eyeball up and hit send.
So we have a question.
So
The question is, can Screencastify videos be uploaded to Dojo?
I believe so, but I have not tried it yet.
I suggested they just use that shareable link and
Yeah,
paste it in there, and it would open.
That's what I would use. That's how I would do it.
And there's another question that says, is this where you share it to Google Classroom?
Yes, I would have done it from the edit page though, if I already had it edited, but again, I would just get the shareable link and then put it on my Google Classroom if I'm already in my Google Drive. If I wanted to upload it right from where I was videotaping it, editing it, I would have done it from there. So you have a couple options of how you want to upload it to Google Classroom. Ladies, anything else to add? Because I don't want to add too much to this.
Can you click on your recordings? So if you go in there, can you share those to Google Classroom from there?
Yes. And it's automatically going to start my video playing. So yes, I can. If I share, I can share it from there. So I can share to Classroom. We'll add it to my class. So I want to create an assignment, make an announcement. And then I could put whatever I want to pay to them and post it. And then it'll allow me to go back to my Google Classroom and view what I posted. I could publish it to my YouTube page if I want. It just depends on what you're using these for and what you need them for.
Can you do me a favor and click on the hamburger in the top left?
Uh-huh.
And then click on options.
Sure.
And then you can see that that's where it's marked that it'll save it to your Google Drive. If you,
Right, but it was also defaulted when I installed it too.
Awesome. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, and these are all defaulted. I didn't change any of these settings. Like drive upload progress, I mean, that's up to you if you want to see the progress and when it uploads into Google Drive. It made no difference to me. I know it automatically saves. These settings are all defaulted. So I didn't change any of these. I just left them alone. There's all kinds of, if you hit classroom resources, it'll take you to the Screencastify page. There are all kinds of stuff under here. This master, the screencast, you may not want like the master certification, but I'm telling you, this is what saved me. Like when I was trying to break everything down, this was like my best resource. Because they went in, I just started the course and you could stop it as many times as you want to. Normally a video pops right up. I don't know if it's because I have so many tabs and I'm recording. It'll break everything down. You install the extension, record your first video, edit it. It'll give you ideas how to do your introduction and get the kids interested. This by far was my favorite one. So under, I think resources down at the bottom, I put a star next to this one because this was my favorite, but there's also, on that document, there's also other ones that, other resources that I put. Eric Kurtz describes it if you like that soothing radio voice. Eric Kurtz does a really good job of breaking it down. His video is also an hour. Like I said, there's screencast school activities. There's 50 uses for it. There's 25 ways to use Google Apps. There's other classroom research, whatever you want. It's probably on that site.
Andrea, we have a question.
So,
If you create it on a laptop and it's viewed by a student that's using an iPad, is there any coding issues to be seen with a different device?
I have not tried that. So let me see if I can get into my
If you're
class.
sharing a video that's in your drive, usually videos have no problems being viewed on any platform, whether it's an iOS-based or a PC-based. If you think there's going to be a problem, I would suggest that you upload these videos to YouTube. So maybe she can go in and she can show you how she can share it right from and just hit upload to YouTube. And that would be your best bet because every platform can open up a YouTube.
So I'm going to go to my recordings. So publish to YouTube. So I have to decide if I want it private, public. Public is only for you to, or private's only for you to view. Public is for anyone to view. So if you want the kids to see it, you're gonna have to hit public. Or you could do people who have the link to the video can view it. So I'm gonna do link to the video. I'm gonna hit Screencastify. And it's not uploading. Let's try the, oh, add to YouTube channel. Okay. So it'll allow me to upload it to my channel. So now I can view it. It'll allow me to copy the link. Oh, that's not good.
You can just open your YouTube. It may take a few minutes once you upload something for you to view it. We do have a question. It says, if kids are viewing it at home, won't YouTube be blocked?
If you get your, if you're doing it on your YouTube page, Tiffany would have to get that.
Tiff, Andrea, I had posted a comment. If the kids were viewing it at home, they won't be blocked from YouTube. Because I thought Reggie's question was about getting YouTube links approved. And my comment was YouTube's not blocked if they're viewing it from home.
Not if they're using their own device, but if you are at Youngstown Early College and the students are using Chromebook, GoGuardian will block the videos. So
Oh,
if there
okay.
are videos that they need to have unblocked, they would have to go through the technology department.
Right.
Oh, thanks. Good to know.
Then there's the question, what about if we're in school?
What about if we're in school?
So if we're in school and you have a playlist for YouTube, you can contact me and I can open your playlist so they can only view the videos on a playlist that you create. So if you choose a video on YouTube that you want your students to see and you put it in a playlist that you create, I can open that playlist or your channel for your students. But you have to go through the technology department to have that open because GoGuardian by default blocks videos. But we do have the option to open videos if you are using them.
Is that a direct email to you or is it a Let's Talk?
Either one. Let's Talk means that it would go to me or John Hopkinson. We could both do it at the same time. It would also be seen by John LaPlante. He could do it, but if they just email me, then it's when I'm able to do it. So it'd probably be faster if they did a Let's Talk. So videos are able to be seen on YouTube through a Chromebook, but they have to be requested. So that way it's still kind of filtered and able to be monitored and they aren't getting to everything.
Anything else we need to add?
It just says, thank you. I work with students K through 4, which are iPads for the lower grades. So that's why they were asking.
Okay, that makes sense.
This would definitely be a great device for you to use with your students. Your students can create these Screencastifies and do a lesson if they're using a Chrome and teach somebody else how to do the lesson, because the best way to know if a student knows what they're doing is if they can teach it to somebody else. So if they're able to teach it to somebody else and you can share that with other students, that would probably work well also.
On Screencastify, there is a course that they have for the students. It's Master the Screencast Junior, and it's 10 minutes. So if someone wants their students to learn how to operate it, they can upload that into their Google Classroom and have the kids do it.
And the kids would go in the same way that you do to add that extension. If this is something that you guys would want the students to have, we can also push it out to all of the Chromebooks, and the extension would be there for teachers to use to have the students create screencasts.
And they'll probably catch on much quicker than we do.
Okay, there's a question that says if we put it on Google Classroom, we don't have to be unblocked by YCSD. Even if you put a video on your Google Classroom, it will not play if they are on a Chrome device at school. It will be blocked unless I unblock it in GoGuardian or somebody else in the technology department unblocks it. So we have certain channels that are already unblocked that you can view, that teachers have requested. So if you have a certain person that creates videos that you love to see, we unblock that whole channel for educational videos. And I believe there's a tab that I have educational videos unblocked, but some of them don't come up like that if they don't label them that way. So you just need to put in a let's talk to have those opened. Do we have any other questions on how to use? Because this is a resource that you're going to have to go in and practice. You can see that Andrea went in more than one time to do the recordings to find out what was going to work for her.
Right.
I
And
did
this,
mention, I'm sorry, go ahead.
this master, this screencast, like I went in there, and I'm not kidding, I must have clicked this lady's video 100 times and watched it and paused it and pulled it and rewound it and listened to it again. So, I mean, just hearing me talk, you need to get on and play with it, and this will help too.
But at the same time, you're not saying that this is so hard that it's going to take them forever to learn, correct?
Correct.
That's because you were presenting that you were.
Correct. And if you're a perfectionist, like you only have 5 minutes and it only takes off the beginning of the video and end of the video. So you're just going to have to learn to go with the flow if you're recording it.
So somebody said I mentioned YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is when you upload your videos to YouTube. Andrea, can you click on your YouTube tab at the top?
Yep.
So inside of YouTube, if she clicks on her picture on the right, all the way over there where her account settings are. Yep. One of her settings, nope. Let's click off of it again for a second.
Yep.
Now click it again. It looks like you're on settings and not your picture.
I see a blue YouTube Studio button just to the left of that and slightly below.
Yeah, but it should be there. That's where I always go to find it whenever I'm, yeah, but YouTube Studio is right there. Go ahead, click on it.
I'm saying that maybe they changed it the last couple of days. Who knows?
I'm thinking it's probably because you were in and just hit learn more or the X or exit out of there. Sorry, you need to exit out of there. Just close that tab. Over on the left, do you see where it says videos? She has all her videos inside of there. Go ahead and click. And this is something I'm going to be doing next week. Here's a list of all your videos. If she hovers over one of her videos, you're going to see a pencil. Can you hit close on that first?
Yep.
See the pencil that's right there? If she clicks on that pencil, that takes her into an editing mode where she can now edit that video. She can blur out somebody's face. See on the left where it says editor over there? Yep. This is the tool where you would be able to go in, just hit get started. And you can crop it. See the trim button that's in blue right there? You can trim it anywhere you want. You can add blur on the bottom. It's an editing tool that allows you to do a whole lot more. And we'll be going over that. I think that's on Monday. But I just wanted you to know that is out there, and it is a very robust editing tool that would help you delete things out in the middle or at the end or in any part that you wanted to fix your videos. So that's just a really short what YouTube Studio is. You can go ahead and exit out of there. Also under details, I don't know if anybody knows this, but under details, they have changed it a little bit. And what they changed is if she scrolls down to audience, if you're creating videos for kids, you say, yes, it's for kids, it takes the ads out. So those ads will not pop up on your videos as you put them in there. Yes, Ray, this is very similar to iMovie. So it's whatever you're comfortable with as an editing tool, but a lot of people don't have Macs to use iMovie. They do, if you do have an iPad, iMovie is extremely easy to use to crop your videos and edit also.
And then if you change anything, don't forget to hit save.
Yes.
You don't want to do all that work for nothing.
If you choose kids, it automatically disables the comments. There will be no comments that you're able to. If she clicks on more options at the top, see more options, you can see that, scroll down just a little bit, see the comments, they are disabled. So if you choose that this is a student-made video, a kid-made video, nobody can leave a comment underneath the videos.
Okay, we have 2 questions. The first one says, can you save this as an MP4? And if so, are you saying that loading an MP4 on Google Classroom, kids can't view it even at home?
So I'm just going to say you can save this as an MP4 onto your computer, but if you save it as an MP4 on your computer, you can't share it from there with other people. They can't access your computer to see this video. It would have to be in a cloud environment for somebody to view this video. So it would have to be in a platform that has a link for them to view the video. So it would not be an issue for them to see it, because an MP4 is a format that you download to your computer. So they're not going to be downloading these onto their computer. They just want to view them.
All right, the second question says, what time is the YouTube class on Monday?
It is at 10. And it's on that schedule.
So not to confuse the issue, but just yesterday, anyone that has watched the Flipgrid or participated in the webinar, they introduced a screencasting feature, which the time limit is 10 minutes. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was really excited about that. And also, if anybody uses ActiveInspire actively and they use it to teach their lesson, there's actually at the very top under tools is a screen recording where it will also do it inside that platform if you use ActiveInspire, because all of our Lenovo laptops come with it already installed on the device. It's just an easier way, and there is no time limit on those.
Just a thought, Tiff. Would you be able to share again that video that what the MLK teachers made about how they had a screencast within slides? Just as an idea for how to.
Yes, I can. Andrea, do you want to stop sharing?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up real quick.
And while she's getting that, if you attended Edpuzzle yesterday, again, we talked about how you can use Screencastify, you record yourself, and then use Edpuzzle to add questions or notes along the way. I know tomorrow I'm going to be doing Pear Deck student assignments, and you can also use Screencastify in there. So just to give you guys some ideas for how to maybe implement it.
I almost have it. Give me one more minute. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. So this is this was over at MLK, and this is what they're sharing with their students, which is a Google Slide. And they've added videos. Google Slide is multi-platform, so if they have an iPad or a phone, or doesn't matter what device they're using, Google Slides works as long as they have the app. So towards the bottom, they have their math lesson, and you can see that they used Screencastify, and they added themselves in the bottom, and they uploaded this to YouTube.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the first page.
And I'll make this bigger.
For lesson 2, it's called Draw Scaled Picture Graphs. So it says here, for example, when it says 15 students drew pictures of their fruits, of their favorite fruits on sticky notes. Their responses are shown in the picture graph. So this is considered a picture graph. This is our title, these are categories, and these are pictures that they drew on sticky notes. How can this data be displayed on a pictograph? So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about pictographs. And And for this one, the key says that it,
And because she's using this math, she actually has all the tools across the bottom that she can use to present to her students. So because she's still in the McGraw-Hill, she can use all the McGraw-Hill tools when she presents. So that's just one way that you can add videos into lessons that you're using. I don't know if we have any other questions right now.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And thank you, everyone. Sorry about the dogs. I thought I had them calm, cool, collected, and then of course I start the video and they went crazy. So.
And I don't know if people know this, but the last time she did one of these, she locked the dogs in a room. And then when we were done, it looked like a confetti festival that had happened in the room. They tore everything apart. So that's why.
They shredded a dog bed everywhere.